Dude, forget the MVP trophies, the max contracts, and the sold-out arenas for a hot second. I'm about to take you back to where this story really starts, and trust me, it ain't pretty. We're talking about a cramped apartment in Athens, Greece, where 5 brothers shared pretty much everything, including the hunger. This is where Giannis Antetokounmpo and his family, immigrants from Nigeria, were fighting just to survive. While other kids were thinking about their next video game, Giannis and his older brother, Thanasis, were on the streets selling sunglasses, watches, whatever they could get their hands on just to help put food on the table. Let's keep it a buck, life was a straight-up struggle. But their parents, Charles and Veronica, were the real Ogs. They worked thankless jobs, instilling a work ethic in their sons that would become legendary. Basketball wasn't even on the radar. Soccer was the first love. But man, when Giannis finally picked up a basketball at 13, something just clicked. He was this ridiculously tall, lanky kid with limbs everywhere, clumsy as hell, but with a fire in his eyes you couldn't ignore. He'd show up to practice in beat-up sneakers, literally sharing one pair with Thanasis. One brother would practice in the morning, the other in the afternoon. Can you imagine that? The hunger was real, both for food and for a way out. The local coaches saw this raw, unpolished diamond. He was awkward, but the athleticism, it was stupid. The way he could move for his size made 0 sense. He joined Philathleticos, a small club, and just started grinding. Every day, he was the first one in the gym and the last one out. He wasn't working on fancy crossovers. He was working on fundamentals, on just figuring out how to control his own body. The growth spurt was insane. He shot up like a weed, but his skills were trying to catch up. NBA scouts would come to watch, and they'd leave scratching their heads. This kid is a project, they'd say. He's got all the physical tools, but can he actually play? The 2013 NBA draft was his shot. His family pooled every last bit of money they had just to get him a cheap suit. When he got the call that the Milwaukee Bucks were taking him 15th overall, it wasn't just a dream come true. It was a lifeline for his entire family. This skinny kid from the streets of Athens was headed to America, and he had absolutely no idea what was waiting for him. Landing in Milwaukee was a whole different kind of culture shock. The cold weather alone was enough to make him question all his life choices. But the basketball culture, that was the real test. Giannis showed up as this shy, skinny 18-year-old who barely spoke the language. The first time he got his paycheck, he did something that tells you everything you need to know about him. He tried to wire the entire thing back to his family in Greece and had to be stopped by the Bucks staff because he didn't even know he had to pay for things like rent and food in America. He was that green. On the court, the learning curve was steep, like vertical cliff steep. He was all potential, but the game was moving too fast. He'd make rookie mistakes, look lost on defense, and his shot was, to put it nicely, a work in progress. But what he lacked in skill, he made up for with a motor that never quit. The dude played every single possession like it was Game 7 of the finals. The Bucks fans, the loyal Cream City crowd, they saw the hustle and they embraced him. They gave him the nickname, the Greek Freak, and it stuck because, let's be real, they'd never seen anyone like him. Coach Jason Kidd saw something special too. He decided to put the ball in Giannis' hands, making him a point guard. A 6'11" point guard. It was a crazy experiment, but it unlocked something. It forced Giannis to learn the game from a whole new perspective. He started handling the rock, seeing the floor, and using those long strides to cover the entire court in like 3 steps. The league started to take notice. The highlights began piling up: monster dunks, chase down blocks from halfway across the court. But Giannis wasn't satisfied. He knew the hype was empty without wins. He spent his summers not on vacation, but in the gym, transforming his body. He packed on muscle, turned his weaknesses into strengths, and came back every season a new and improved version of himself. The kid was evolving right before our eyes, and the league wasn't ready for what was coming. The evolution of Giannis Antetokounmpo from a raw prospect to a straight-up superstar was a thing of beauty. He wasn't just getting better, he was becoming a problem for the entire NBA. The awards started rolling in: Most Improved Player, All-Star selections, All-NBA teams. But the big one, the MVP, was still eluding him. He used that as fuel. The 2018-19 season was his masterpiece. He put up video game numbers, dragging the Bucks to the best record in the league. The world was watching, and Giannis delivered. He won his first MVP, and the speech he gave, holding the trophy with his family by his side, was pure, raw emotion. It wasn't just his award, it was for his parents, his brothers, for everyone who ever believed in him. But here's the thing about Giannis: he's built different. Winning MVP wasn't the end goal, it was just a step. The real prize was that Larry O'Brien trophy, and everyone knew it. The Bucks were contenders, but they kept falling short in the playoffs. The pressure mounted. People started questioning if he could lead a team to a championship. Then came 2021. The Bucks fought their way through a brutal playoff gauntlet, and in the finals, they found themselves down 2-0 to the Phoenix Suns. The doubters were getting loud, but Giannis, he reached deep and pulled out a performance for the ages. In Game 6, with the championship on the line, he dropped 50 points. 50. It was one of the greatest finals performances ever. When the final buzzer sounded, the emotions poured out. He had done it. He had brought Milwaukee its first championship in 50 years. The kid who once sold trinkets on the street was now an NBA champion, Finals MVP, and a living legend. The Greek freak had conquered the league, and he did it his way, with relentless hard work, humility, and an unbreakable bond with the city that took a chance on him. So what's next for a guy who's already won it all? For Giannis, the chip just changed the standard. He's not just a player anymore. He's an icon, a leader, and the face of a franchise. He re-signed with Milwaukee, showing loyalty that's rare in today's game. It wasn't about chasing an easy ring somewhere else. It was about building a legacy in the city that believed in him from day one. On the court, he's only gotten more terrifying. There's no real way to guard him. He'll hit you with that Greek freak, spin move, Euro step from the three-point line, and finish with a dunk that shakes the entire arena. He's a defensive nightmare, capable of guarding all 5 positions and swatting shots into the 5th row. But what's truly special about Giannis is what happens off the court. He stayed humble through it all. You'll see him playing with his kids in the park, visiting local schools, and never forgetting where he came from. His interviews are legendary, full of wisdom and perspective that hits different. Remember when he said, "It's not about being the best, it's about being the best version of yourself." That's not just a quote, that's his whole philosophy. His story isn't just about basketball, it's a modern-day fairy tale. It's a reminder that no matter where you start, no matter how many obstacles are in your way, your hustle and your heart can take you places you never dreamed of. It proves that real success ain't given. It's earned through blood, sweat, and tears. So I gotta ask you, what's your mountain? What's that one goal that seems impossible right now? What are you willing to sacrifice, to grind for, to overcome to make it happen? Drop a comment below and tell me what fuels your fire. And if you believe that underdogs can become kings, then do me a solid. Smash that like button, subscribe for more stories of pure grit, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a lesson in greatness. Let's get to work.